A few weeks ago, my journalistic colleague Russ Eats let us know that KFC were trialling breakfast at Sydney Airport. Pretty exciting stuff. On the back of that incredible news, the Food Guys podcast then alerted us that Red Rooster also does breakfast in select locations, including the Brisbane airport. Now, I live sort of close to the Brisbane airport, so I was keen to check that out, but as you would know, parking at the airport costs like $20, so I'm not going to pay $20 for the privilege of eating Red Rooster breakfast. Sorry. But I wanted to find out what other Red Roosters across Australia do breakfast, so I emailed head office, and this is the list I got back. So there you go, that's the places doing Red Rooster breakfast. However, do take this list with a bit of a grain of salt. I actually live much closer to the Marsden Park store, so I gave them a call to see if they were doing breakfast, and they do not do breakfast anymore. So I don't know how accurate this list is, but, you know, if you want to check out the Red Rooster breakfast, give the place a call first, and then, you know, maybe you can check it out. But anyway, I'm still keen to get the Red Rooster breakfast, so I did make my way to the Nudgee Red Rooster. Now, that's the one in the Shell Service Centre. I've been here plenty of times. If you've travelled from the Sunshine Coast to Brisbane, you may have stopped here once or twice. As a matter of fact, I used to live literally a 5-minute walk from this place. Not anymore, but yeah. Anyway, so it is quite early in the morning still. It's 8:25, you know, the crack of dawn. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, as you may be able to tell from my voice, but look, journalism doesn't wait. This is a big story. I want to find out what's happening with the Red Rooster breakfast, and I want to share it with you, so let's find out. I have returned from Red Rooster. Let's just check it out. What did I get? So firstly, I did get their breakfast burger, and I got a hash brown with that. Now, I got that as part of a meal. Unfortunately, their coffee machine was busted, so I had to get an orange juice with that. So, whatever. It is what it is. And I also thought, you know, I'm only here once, really. Well, I mean, I'm not here that often. I thought I would also check out their chicken wrap thing. So let's explore these in a bit more depth. So here is the hash brown, looking pretty typical, pretty normal hash brown. There is the burger. It's there's a few different variations on that. You can get the hash brown on the burger. Yeah, it looks fine. And then this is the wrap. Yeah, it's got chicken in there, bacon and barbecue sauce. So, look, it doesn't seem to... What is that on the wrap? I'm thinking that's burn marks. I'm hoping that's burn marks. Anyway, I've had a look at the menu, and it doesn't seem like they've added that much stuff to make it breakfast. In fact, I think it's only eggs and hash browns that they've added to the product lineup to make a breakfast thing. Also, the coffee machine, which wasn't working. So anyway, let's just get stuck into all of this stuff. I will start with this bacon and egg brekkie wrap, well, sorry, burger, which yeah, looks all right. Anyway, let's give it a go. Yeah, look, oh, there's cheese on that. Didn't even see that. Yeah, look, Red Rooster are, you know, they like to keep it simple. And this is a pretty simple burger. Yeah, although something is happening with the bacon. I don't quite get it. It is, it's quite stiff. It's quite stiff. It is cooked all right, I guess. It's, you know, much better than the Hungry Jack's bacon. But I don't know, I think that's a bit old. Unfortunate. The barbecue sauce is okay. And the egg is a bit funny. I don't know. This Red Rooster is next door to a McDonald's. Like, it literally shares a wall with a McDonald's. And, yeah, I think the McDonald's breakfast is superior. I don't know, when you put breakfast ingredients on a burger, it's just not quite as good as a muffin. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. Anyway, let's check out the hash brown. Whoa, that is a salty hash brown. It's fine, it tastes okay, but it's not as crispy as, you know, again, a McDonald's hash brown. Although that flavor is quite good. It's definitely different to a McDonald's hash brown. I'll tell you that much. It really, like, I think a McDonald's one would snap. This one does not seem to snap quite as much. Not bad. All right, let's check out this wrap with chicken on it. Chicken for breakfast. All right, let's give it a go. Whoa. This is a bit interesting. Chicken, bacon, egg, barbecue sauce, and I think cheese. Yeah, some cheese on that. This is an interesting combination of flavors and not one that you get that much. Like, none of these ingredients are that rare, but putting them all together at once is uncommon. I've never seen it before. And it's not just the ingredients, it's the textures as well. Is there hash brown on this? Oh no, that's the chicken. Yeah, it's the textures. You get these soft, rubbery sort of egg, you know, the cooked egg. Like, it's cooked well, the egg's fine. The chicken, soft and juicy chicken with the crunchy batter around the chicken. And then you have the bacon, which again was a little bit hard, but in this case it's, I don't know, kind of softened up. And the gooey cheese and the gooey barbecue sauce. It is texturally quite an interesting meal. Or product, at least. Yeah, all neatly tied up in a little wrap. Yeah, I don't mind this one at all. This one's pretty good. How is their juice? It's just Spring Valley, so probably had this before. Yeah, good. Probably would have preferred a coffee. I'll need to go back and get a coffee. Pretty sure there's a wild bean. No, wait, that's BP. So no, there's no wild bean. But no, well, there's coffee there. There's coffee there. So it would be nice to compare the Red Rooster coffee to the other coffee options. But in summary, the bacon and egg burger is not that great. You can get it with a hash brown. I'm not sure if that would improve it much. Although, like, with a bit of crunch, well, let's find out. I will do some assembly myself. There you go. So there it is with the hash brown. Let's check that out. Yeah, I think this kind of highlights that it's missing a bit of crunch. It needs a little bit of stiffness. The burger bun is quite gooey. Yeah, so is the egg and the cheese. The bacon is not crunchy. And in this particular case, the hash brown is also not crunchy. So it is missing something crunchy. I don't know, the McMuffins from McDonald's, I guess, because the muffins are kind of stiff and hard, it gives that textural sort of difference. But yeah, you're much better off getting something from McDonald's. But I gotta say, this wrap, this chicken wrap, quite good, quite good. So these are the two main things. They come in like slight variations of this. You can get a bun, you can get a whole bun instead of a burger with this thing, and variants on that. But like I said, the only two elements that they've added to the store are eggs and hash browns. So if you've been to Red Rooster enough, you've got a pretty good idea of what their breakfast menu is like. But, you know, why not check it out for yourself? As I said, here's the list of places with breakfast according to Red Rooster HQ. And like I said, call up beforehand, just double check that they are doing breakfast. Anyway, that's enough from me. I will catch you all later. Many thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all of that. And yeah, I'm gonna get myself a coffee. Jeez. Anyway, cheers.